When we talk about slavery, most people think of the transatlantic slave trade, the forced journey of millions to the Americas. But what if I told you another massive slave trade happened within Africa for over 1,000 years? This is the dark and often overlooked history of the Trans-Saharan Slave Trade. This was a vast network of trade routes connecting sub-Saharan Africa to North Africa and the Middle East. For over 1,300 years, African men, women and children were captured, enslaved and transported across the scorching Sahara Desert. The journey itself was brutal. Enslaved people were forced to march thousands of miles across the desert, suffering from dehydration, exhaustion and abuse. Many never made it to their final destination. Captured from various regions, including West and Central Africa, the enslaved were often prisoners of war or victims of raids. The trade was controlled by North African, Berber and Arab merchants, with some African kingdoms playing a role in supplying captives in exchange for goods like salt, horses and textiles. Unlike the transatlantic trade, where enslaved people were mostly used for plantation labor, those in the trans-Saharan trade ended up in domestic service, construction, military roles and even harems in the Middle East. This trade continued for centuries, leaving lasting scars on African societies. Some regions were depopulated, cultures disrupted, and histories erased. Even today, echoes of this painful past can still be felt in some parts of North Africa and the Middle East. The Trans-Saharan slave trade may not be as widely discussed as the transatlantic trade, but its impact was just as significant. What other hidden histories would you like to uncover? Let's discuss in the comments.